Welcome to Creative Beginnings Preschool. I'm going to be showing you around this morning. Follow me. This is our entrance area for parents. As you can see, we have a parent sign-in table, information for parents, a family quilt, a lending library, and we have a parent mailbox. And now we'll go into the Learning Center room. In the Learning Center room, you're going to see that we have everything divided into centers. Each center is marked with a visual for parents up high, and then we have visuals for the students down below. It has the name of the center and the number of people that can be in that center. For instance, in the Literacy ABC Center, we can have 3 students. And we also have the number as well as a visual for those that don't recognize the number as of yet. In the Literacy Center, you're going to find all kinds of alphabet activities, as well as letter sounds, name books, writing is also incorporated in here. And then we have 4 bins of books in the Literacy Center for the students. There's puzzles, magnet letters, and things like that. Right here we have our classroom music center, and it also is marked with a visual for 1 student, 1 smiley face, and a visual up above. Then we'll move along and we have the Science Center. In the Science Center, you're also going to find all kinds of science activities for the students to partake in, from spider magnets to apple sequencing, a magnetic activity, rhyming cards, alphabet matching. As you can see, we've even brought in other areas of the curriculum into the Science Center, as well as science things that are related to science. Then moving along, we have the Math Center. And something else I neglected to point out too is that we also have literacy with some vocabulary words. Right now we're doing a study on insects, and so you see vocabulary words that are posted there. And then in the Math Center, you're going to see the ABC chart as well as a number chart. There's the words, the number of words written out, and then there's all kinds of math activities for the children to do. We like to make these little bins, study bins. This one is just dots, and put the dots on the plates that match, and it's accounting and also a fine motor activity. This is just a muffin tin with the numbers in it. Here again we have the tweezers with dots to count out and to put that number of dots or spots in the bins. Then moving right along, also in with the math area, you're going to see our Osmos with the tangram set up. We like some flexible seating in our classroom. This allows the children to sit and bounce while they're either building or working on things. And we found this flexible seating to be quite successful. Over here you're going to see some more learning bins with a tic-tac-toe, memory game, and color stick matching. And they're all just very basic things where you print out the cards, and this is a package of dollar sticks from Dollar Tree, and they just match up the patterns with that. In our classroom, we have 2 teacher tables. This is one of the teacher tables where a teacher works with a small group of children at the table. We have it also marked with the teacher center being right here. And the other teacher table is at the other end of the room. That way Melinda and I are able to monitor both ends of the room while we're working with small groups of children. Even though this table seats 6, right now in our school year we work with at least 2 or 3. And hopefully by the end of the year we'll have a table of 6. Over here you're coming into our block building center, and you are going to find all kinds of different blocks, from unit blocks to architectural blocks. There's window blocks, mirror blocks, stained glass blocks, cardboard blocks, and then you're going to find block play people. And then we also have people with differing abilities in here as well for the children to play with. Also in our block center, we have a set of environmental blocks. These were made with old blocks cut down, pictures printed out, and then we used library tape to attach those to the blocks. And then you're also going to find farm animals, jungle animals. We also have measurement tools down there. We have literacy books that relate to block building and block play. And then directly behind the block center, we have our train table. Creston was founded on the train, and we have parents who work for the train as engineers or whatever, and so we thought it was important to include a train center in our classroom. Then moving along, we have a puzzle center. We have puzzles right here for the children to play with, and again, you're going to see our flexible seating that the children do enjoy. I also want you to notice that we have dry erase boards hanging in the walls. If you remember, there was one in the Alphabet Center, Literacy Center. There's one in the Science Center, and we have one hanging over here as a area where they can practice their writing skills. Moving along, you're going to come into the Dramatic Play or Housekeeping Center, and you're going to find that in this center we have alphabet and number chart, again, just to catch their eye and to help them think about those things. You're also going to see that we have all types of dress-up clothes. We have multicultural dolls. We also have the differing abilities, play equipment from crutches to headgear, walker, wheelchair, all of those things for the children that are readily available for the children to play with. We also have a little house with the kitchen center. There's a stove and sink inside there so that they can play housekeeping. And we have also got the pull-apart necklaces where they can role play to be dad, brother, sister, mom, baby, different family members. We've also tried to include math and literacy in all the centers. You're going to see a clock here for math. There's alphabet apples up there. If you get in the kitchen food, you're going to find a set of alphabet cookies that are in there for the children to play with. And so calculators, cell phones with numbers. So not only would they find those things in the specific reading or literacy center, but they would find it in the math center as well. Directly behind that, we have our Feelings or Owls Center, Owls Play Center. And you're going to find all kinds of books and flip cards and solution cards. What should we try? What should we try if we are having issues with friends? And there's choices over here. This is a really good book to use if somebody's making fun of you. How do you feel? What should you do? Two friends want the same toy. What is a good solution for that problem? So all of that stuff is going to be found right here in the Feeling Center with the books. Another thing that you might have noticed as we're touring the classroom is we have mini clipboards at each one of the centers for the children to practice their writing. We know some students won't go to a writing center, but if we have those available, they will take advantage of those. Here is the other teacher table that I was telling you about. As you can see, it will seat 3, and right now we're working with 2 or 3 students at a time. Coming around, you're going to get to our tiled area, and this is where you're going to find our messier things. We have a Play-Doh center, and what we've used here in the Play-Doh center, these are plates with alphabet letters on it, and they can roll out the Play-Doh and place it on the alphabet centers as well as Play-Doh. Something else I want to point out is the hand washing steps. Number 1, wash your hands. Number 2, play with the Play-Doh. Number 3, wash your hands again. Not only are you going to find that here, but you're going to find it at the water table. The steps, number 1, wash your hands. Number 2, play in the water. Number 3, wash your hands again. At the paint easel, on Monday we're going to be talking about the letter E, and we're going to be egg painting on Monday, but we also have our easel routine. Put on a smock, get your paper, paint, and then let it dry. Another routine that we have is at our snack center. You're going to see that the chairs are labeled with alphabet letters, and the children will get what we call a snack token. It's just a juice lid with letters on it, and then they will match the letters up to the letters on their chair. There's also literacy right here at our snack table with napkin, cup, token, and then their pictures that they use for pouring. So everything is labeled where they need to put their items for snack time. This is our sink for hand washing, And you're going to see at the sink that we have our labeling for 1 squirt of soap and then 1 paper towel is their cue on what they need to do. Moving around our room, you're going to find the art center with all kinds of art materials. And I'd like to point out that we have stop signs, and the children know to use these when they're working and they want to go to the bathroom or they need to go to the bathroom. They can come and grab a stop sign and put it in the area that they were working in. So that tells the other friends that they cannot play there, that who was there will be coming back. Over here we have our iPad center with 2 iPads for the children. Then moving along, we come to the writing center and we have paper, we have crayons, stamp pads, alphabet letters for stamping, and we have our class families. We do have three class families with 16 students in each class for a total of 48 students who come to preschool here. Right here we have our cutting pool. This is for 1 friend to get in and they can cut. All the mess stays in the pool and it's enjoyed by 1 friend. Here we have a schedule in this classroom that shows the sequential order of what we're going to be doing. As we complete an activity, we turn the card over and move on to the next activity. That way they can see that we're working our way. At this time of the year, they like to know when they're going to be going home and when they're going to see mommy again. And so that allows them to work their way down. We have a Lego table with a building toy in it. And then down here we have our library center with all kinds of materials. And this is where we also put our story retell items. Right now we're doing nursery rhymes. And we did the story on Thursday about there was an old lady who swallowed a fly. And then we did for letter F, 5 green and speckled frogs. And so we put these back in the center for the children to learn from and to retell stories. We also do a lot of we do a lot with collaborative books. This is our first collaborative book. We sent home a postcard with all of our families and asked them to put a picture of their child on the postcard and bring it back, and then we scanned off those postcards when they came back in and ran off copies, and each child on the second day of school took home a book that had all of their class friends in it. And then we'll go back to our jobs board. We do have a job with the 4-year-olds. Every 4-year-old in our class has a job, whether it be substitute all the way down to token helper. We do it by, the first one is the morning class, the second name on the list is the afternoon class. And then we do a 2-week rotation. Everybody has a job for 2 weeks, and then we rotate it out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and come across to our other classroom. Out in the hall, I guess I do want to point out a few things. We have our wow work, our art gallery. We have a birthday cake for the children's, that shows each child's birthday. We have a look at us board, and then we have the welcome to preschool wall with the first day of preschool pictures. Question of the day is located down there as well. Then, follow me, we're going to go on into the circle time room. And in this room, this is where the children will listen to stories. This is where we play teacher-directed games. This is where we have Owl, my pal, comes to visit. And then this is where we talk about the weather, choose a child of the day, say the pledge, and then talk about our calendar. This is our linear calendar that we are using. This is our first year to use that calendar, and it's right here. And then over here, we have another schedule so that while we're in this classroom, we can also turn the cards as we progress through the schedule. And then also we have another sink with the information for soap and paper towels too, coat hooks.